afternoon. So this is 6 minutes uninterrupted, both surfing downwind and then winging across or even winging upwind. And I put the timestamps in the description so you can skip the sailing part and just go straight to the runs. And I'll mark it with the longest run, the fastest run, the steepest run. And the main reason I'm doing this is I've had requests to do a tutorial on the middle of the San Francisco Bay, and I have declined. I don't want to be putting people who either don't know or are inexperienced out in the middle of the bay. Just in my opinion, it's too sketchy, too many things can go wrong. And so instead, I'm just going to show this, tell my own experience, stories I've heard from other people, and just let people know what they're getting into. They can see it and make their own mind up if they want to go out in the middle of the bay and take it on. So first off, I'll say this is epic day. In a normal year, tons of days like this is representative of how it is all the time. You know, in the middle of the bay, there's a stream of various width that just nukes like this every day. It's extremely rare that it doesn't nuke every day. And so this is representative of how it is. The day before, the wind was a little lighter and the fog was moving in and out. You can see today there's a little bit of fog, but yesterday it came in super thick. So thick that I could still see the launch, but I could not see the shipping lanes. The high-speed ferry lane is the one that I'm concerned about. Those boats move really fast and almost zero visibility. You know, can't see them, can't hear them, they can't see me. You know, if something happens, like bad. I've heard stories of people being able to get away from the tankers when stuff goes wrong, but how do you get away from a high-speed ferry that has 2 screws underneath? You know, that's a gnarly scenario for me. So when the fog came in yesterday, I immediately got out. I'm like, I'm not messing around with low visibility. And it also messes with the wind. It was up and down. There'd be almost glassy spots. And so the wind just became unreliable, and it's sketchy out in the middle of the bay. Like, why mess around? Just come in, you know, live to foil another day. Last week I was out here, and the first time I've ever experienced this, the wind died in the middle of the day, no fog, just shut down. It was close to single digits. I could not get up on foil. Luckily, I didn't get too far away from the launch, and so I was able to just putt back in. And it took a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. It's not good when stuff goes wrong here. And then the week before that, I was talking to an old-time windsurfer, been out there 30, 40 years. He said he broke a mast, and it took him 2+ hours to self-rescue. He said he had cramps in places you didn't know you could get cramps. So that's the thing. If it goes wrong and you need to rescue, it's, plan on 2 hours to get back minimum. And if we look, you'll see I'm carrying a radio. And at the same time, I'm like, I was calculating, how far away is the Coast Guard if I have to call them. I figure it's best guess 15, 20 minutes if they go full speed and no interruption. And meanwhile, I'm getting sucked into the ferry lane or the shipping lane. And then if it's foggy and low visibility, even then it doesn't seem like a very good option to have to wait that long if they can find me and to get rescued. And then when I first started going out in the bay, and an expert told me that their friend was out late, either the wind died or equipment malfunction, and they got stuck. They spent the night on the bay on their gear. They couldn't get back to shore. They were just, hosed. So it's like, things can happen. It seems close. You see land all around, but it's miles away. And if trying to swim or self-rescue in rough water with gear and all this stuff, for me, it's like think it through about, can I paddle for 2 hours or all night if I'm stuck out there, hypothermic, all that. You got to think about wetsuits. And so it's the real deal. So got that out of the way. Prior to a few weeks ago, I would have said this is like the biggest in the bay, or the, at least the most consistent. But 2-3 weeks ago, I had an experience out in another part of the middle of the bay. Oh my gosh, it was at least 2, maybe 3 feet bigger than this, and just biggest bumps I've seen in the bay. Oh my gosh, I'd heard stories, but then to actually experience it and be out there, it's the first time in the bay had me thinking about a small foil, and just to keep it down and be able to do turns and make the drop. So fun. Like, this is another just incredible section. Just when it lines up like this, it seems like the lefts here are always more lined up. And you can just get on, like Jeff calls it, the magic carpet, and just go and go. And it's so fun. So I'm super stoked. I've heard reports from numerous people, reliable, that there are spots in the bay that are overhead to even way overhead. And so I have hope that it's still out there, and I can't wait to ride it myself. So thanks so much for watching. I hope this is helpful. If you do decide to go out, please, be careful. Plan on self-rescuing, having, the skills, the fitness, all of it to be able to take care of yourself, and don't take chances, work your way up, all that. And when in doubt, don't paddle out. So speaking of Stoke, I'm stoked to announce I have these Stoked shirts, the Stoke foil shirt, got the Wind Lifts all wing shirt, got the wing foiler design shirt, hats, hoodies, mugs, got the foilosopher. I love that one. Stoked on that one. The other designs with my logo and more to come. And so everybody needs shirts, everybody needs hats and a hoodie now and then. So please show your support, and that's a great way to get some cool clothing and Stoke design and support me and the site while you're at it. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you out there real soon. Big hug and long, fast rides.